Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be teaching y'all how to get a sales tax permit, also known as a vendor's license, and all of these other names. Before I jump right into the process of telling y'all how to get a sales tax permit, I need to let y'all know something very important. Do not sign up if you are not ready. The reason why I say this is because you will be responsible for paying quarterly taxes whether your business made money or not. It needs to be reported quarterly, and if you do not report it, you will be charged a fee, which is $50. So if your business has made $0 within that reporting tax period and you did not file and say your business has made $0, you will be charged a $50 fee. Now that is out of the way, let's get right into it. Once you click on the link below, you will be brought to the Florida business tax application. Go ahead and create a profile so you guys could get set up and logged in. Once you click on the create user profile, you will be brought to this page here. Now this page just has general information, and you can also read everything about it here if you're interested. So as you guys can see here, it says you must register with the Florida Department of Revenue before you begin your business activities. During registration, you may enroll to file and pay electronically. Now, before you make any sales online or start collecting tax, you must file with the Florida Department of Revenue first. Now, go ahead and create your username, email, and password, and then I'm gonna see y'all on the next page. Once you get on this page here, you want to see confirm registration. So what they're doing right now is sending you an email for your account. Make sure you check your email and read the information here so you can get the next steps started. If you do not see it in your primary emails, go ahead and click on your junk folder or your spam as they suggested, because mine's ended up in my junk folder. What I'm going to do now is copy and paste that link into my browser so I can continue using my computer. It says email confirmed. Please click here to log in. So now we are going to log into our account that we just created. Once you've entered your username and your password, go ahead and click login. Now we could begin the application process. So you will see new application. They do have some information here that is important for you guys to read. Once you went over all the information, go ahead and click start new application. Alright, so on this page here, they are going to be asking you some information about your business and your reason for applying. Now, for me personally, let's just say I'm selling items online and it's a new registered business. So my reason for applying is new registration. Now, if that does not align with your particular business, make sure you look at the other options here and pick the one that fits you best. Now that I clicked on new registration, it's going to ask date of first taxable activity. If you have not made any sales as of yet, or you have not sold anything to collect tax of yet, you could just go ahead and enter in the date that you want as far as the current date. Now, if you know the exact date that you sold something and collected tax, go ahead and click on that date. On this page here, you are going to be filling out your business details. So it already gives you a little bit of information on how to fill it out based on what your business is under. Go ahead and enter in your legal name of business. If you have a LLC, go ahead and enter in your LLC exactly how it appears. If you do not have a LLC, just enter in your business name. For business trade name, doing business as, also known as a DBA, if you have one, go ahead and enter that in here. If you do not, as you guys can see, it's optional, so you can go ahead and skip over it. Next, you're going to enter in your telephone number. Now, if you have a business telephone number that is solely for that business, go ahead and enter that in, or if you want to enter in your personal number, you can do that as well. If you have a fax number, go ahead and enter that in as well, but if you do not, it is optional. For this last question here, it is asking if the business location is open only during a portion of the calendar year. So if you are a seasonal business, you will go ahead and click yes, you only open for X amount of time throughout the year. But if you are not a seasonal business and you are year round, go ahead and click no. For example, if you click on yes, you will see seasonal dates and you will enter in the information they need here. If you click on no, You just need to click on save and continue to go to the next page. On the next page, it is talking about remote sales. So go ahead and review all of this information here. And once you have reviewed it, scroll down and answer the questions for the marketplace activities. So for these two questions, they are related to companies that are doing business outside of Florida. As you can see here, it says if you have a business located in Florida, you should check no to this question. And the same applies to the next question. If you have a business located in Florida and you are not doing business outside of Florida, go ahead and click on no. On this next page, you're going to fill out your business addresses. So make sure you enter in an address that you have access to, because they will be sending you important files and information pertaining to your business. So you want to make sure it is accessible. So go ahead and fill out this information with the business address that you have access to. Once you've entered all the information here, go ahead and scroll down and enter in your business mailing address. If it is the exact same as above, just click on copy address from above and it will fill out this information for you, and then click on save and continue once you're finished. On this next page here, you will see business activities. Now this page is to specify what type of business you are running and what you are selling through that business. So you can go ahead and enter in a NAICS code if you have one, but if you do not know what that is, it is pretty much a code that you can use to specify the particular business that you are in. If you are selling clothes, for example, women clothes, for example, you will enter in this code here. But if you do not know what code to use for your particular business, you can either look it up or you can just do a written description, which means you will write out exactly what your business does. For example, you can say, I sell women's clothes online. That will be your written description. But for your code, you will enter in this code here if you were selling women's clothes. Since I've clicked on a code, it's going to ask you to select your code lookup method. So I'm going to click on enter known code and I'm going to enter in my code here. Once I've entered in the code, as you guys can see, it says clothing and clothing accessories retailers. Now that I have that filled out, I am just going to scroll down and click on my SIC description. Since I've mentioned women's clothes, I am just going to click on women's clothing stores. That fits best with my category. Now that I have that filled out, I am just going to click on add, success, record save. If you are selling multiple items and you have more codes that you want to enter, go ahead and enter in the codes here. But if you are not and you just selling one thing, go ahead and click on save and continue. I am also going to give you a written description viewpoint just in case if you do not want to use codes and you want to enter it in manually. I'm going to show you guys how to do that as well. So as you guys can see, it says description of business activities. Go ahead and enter in the best description that fits your business activities. For me, I put I sell women's clothes online. Now that fits best exactly what I'm doing for my business and my business activities. So now I'm going to click on save and continue. On this next page here, you're going to click on your business type. So you're going to go ahead and click over here and select the type of business you have. If you have a LLC, go ahead and click on that. If you are a sole proprietor, which is an individual owner, go ahead and click on that. So anything here that fits best with your business, go ahead and click on it. Since I clicked on LLC for my business type, it took me to this particular page. The page is going to vary based on what you click on, so make sure you fill out the information as best as you can. For my LLC membership type, it is just one single member, so I'm going to click on single member. If there's multiple people within your LLC, make sure you click on multi-member. Now you're just going to enter in the additional details that they need. So for my single member type, they're asking what corporation do I have my LLC registered under, and I'm going to click on the one that fits best with my company. Also for your identifier type, your FEIN, which is your EIN number, you're going to go ahead and enter that in here. Once you finish, press save and continue. And just as a FYI, I do want to mention if you are not registered with a C corporation or a S corporation, you could just press disregard disregarded, and enter in your social security number. On this next page here, it says business officers. So they have general information that you can read up here. Once you have read that information, you are going to start filling out your business officer information. As you guys can see at the very top, it says please provide the following information for each director, officer, managing member, grantor, personal representative, or trustee of the business entity. So go ahead and entity sounds funny. So go ahead and fill out that information as you will need. Once you have filled out all of the information, you want to press add officer. If you have more people within your business in different positions, you're going to continue adding until they pile up over here. If it's just you, go ahead and fill out the information for yourself and press save and continue. On this next page here, you're going to see business dates. So go ahead and enter in the date your business was first registered or established. Go ahead and enter that in. If you do not know, it is optional, so you can skip over this as well. Next, you're going to see business background. So now they are asking for a little bit more information about your business. So for this first question here, it is asking if your business has ever been known by another name. If you have previously changed your business name a couple of times, go ahead and click on yes. But if you have not, click on no. For this next question here, it is asking if your business was issued a Florida certificate or registration or tax account number, which is what we are pretty much filing for today. We are filing for a tax registration. If your business was not issued that, go ahead and click on no. Now you can press save and continue. On this next page here, it is about sales, rentals, or repairs of products. So go ahead and read this general information here. Once you have read that, scroll down to activities and get to filling out this information here. So as far as your business activities, whatever it is that your business does, make sure you select the best options, and you can select more than one. So once you have that filled out to the best of your knowledge, go ahead and click on save and continue. So on this next page here, it is about property rental, leases, or license. So go ahead and read this general information here. It is asking if you collect or receive lease or rental payments for the rental, lease, or license. If none of this information applies to you, click on none of the activities apply to this business location, and then you're going to press save and continue. For the real property contractors, you're going to go ahead and read this information here. If none of this information applies to your business, you're just going to scroll and press none of the above activities apply to this business location. If it does, fill out the ones that best fit you. For this next page here is going to ask about services. Go ahead and read the information here, and then again click on the best option that best fits you. This next page is for fuel. You're going to do the exact same thing. If you are not involved in any fuel activities, you want to click on none of it applies to you. If you are, select the best option. Same thing applies for the secondhand goods or scrap metal. Same applies for the coin-operated amusement machines. The same also applies for the coin-operated vending machines. Same for purchases. You're going to read this general information. If it applies, go ahead and click on the best option. If not, you're going to press no and then continue. Once you have filled out all of that information, you're going to be directed to the prepaid wireless fee. So what this is asking if you sell any prepaid phones, phone cards, or calling arrangements at that location. If you do not, you're going to click no and press save and continue. Next is about solid waste. Again, if none of this applies to you, you're going to click on no and press continue. On this next page here, they are asking about dry cleaning. So if this does not apply, you're going to click no. On this page here, it is the determination of tax liabilities. So go ahead and fill out all of this information here if it applies. If it does not, you're going to click on no and continue to the next page. For this page here, it is for communications tax service. If this does not apply to you, you're going to click on no and press continue. Same for this page here, it is about direct pay permit. If this does not apply, you're going to click on no. On this next page here, you're just going to make sure you read the question for the documentary stamp tax. If it does not apply, click no. On this next page here, you're just going to review the information about power and gas. If it does not apply, you're going to click no. Same with this page here. If it does not apply, you're going to click on no. For this next page here, it is about your enrollment introduction. Make sure you review this information here so you can just have a general understanding. If you choose to pay your tax electronically, go ahead and click yes. If you choose to not pay your taxes electronically, you're going to click on no. If you do want to pay them electronically, you're going to click on yes. And once you do, you're going to select the option that best fits you. Next, you're going to select your payment type. So you can either do it by debit or credit. Once you filled out this information here, go ahead and press save and continue. Now on this next page here, you're going to enter in your enrollment payment contact. You're going to go ahead and enter in your information. If you have someone else who does that for you, you're going to enter in their information. Next is your enrollment filing contact. If it is the same exact person, go ahead and press on copy payment contact information. If it's different, you're going to enter in the information for that person here. Next is the enrollment authorization. Make sure you review this information here. Once you are ready to authorize this information, go ahead and put your signature in your title. If it's more than one person, you want to go ahead and enter in the other signature in their title. Now, after you filled out this information here, you're going to press save and continue. On the very next page, you should see a confirmation page or a PDF summary of the information you just filled out. You will also receive a confirmation email. You might get a temporary certificate or account number, so make sure you are paying attention to the information they are providing, and you're going to wait for your official tax account number or certificate, usually by mail or email. If needed, make sure you print your confirmation documents because you can use them to open a business bank account for collecting your sales taxes, which is what we registered this for, and reporting your taxes, which is also what we registered this for. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next one.